us. We're back on a Saturday. Don't worry, people, if you're watching this broadcast, you're not having an episode. We're live on a Saturday. I know, because Anne's got stuff or whatever that she has to be doing or something like that. So we have to film on a Saturday. And with us, you'll also notice that there's not two of us, there's three of us, because we are being invaded by Crack Entertainment. That's right, and he is showing us all of his white man dad's moves. It's Crack Entertainment expert Chip Moehle, and look, Duncan's butt. Duncan's butt just walked by. So you got upstage by Duncan's butt. So what's up, you guys? It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. We left off with our Pygmy Hippo episode, but we wanted to make sure that we had the ability, because we are reviewing Widow's Bay today, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But we wanted to make sure that we could get the last episode in, and that everybody had a chance to see it, and then maybe see it again, because this show is that tight. Chip, what's new, man?
Not much, it's work and enjoying the summer and stuff like that there.
Okay.
Going to see Supergirl on Sunday.
Oh, you're going to go see that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Have you seen any good movies lately? Should we be talking about those too?
I have gone to see a couple of horror movies with my nephew. Mm-hmm. One was called Backrooms.
Yeah.
Which was wild. And, and it kind of follows the whole, now all horror movies are about grief and trauma and overcoming all of that. So that's why I can go see these movies, because they're not just, we're going to just slash you so we can see all your guts come out.
That's very millennial / Gen Z. It's like, we're that generation that's still really afraid to talk about our feelings. And then you have these youngsters that are not afraid to talk about their feelings. And then they're like, let's make movies that are horrifying about our feelings. And then you're like, oh, that can be scary too. Yeah.
And it's funny, we saw one before that called Hokum that had Adam Scott in it. And it's funny, I'm just going to quickly, segue into Widow's Bay. There's at least the one episode in Widow's Bay that reminded me a lot of Hokum, where he goes to stay at the inn.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why do people do stupid shit like this?
I'll stay at the Haunted Inn.
Yeah. That's what I loved about the episode with Patricia and the gun. I was like, that's exactly what we should do. You should stand over the crazy dead guy with a gun until he has been cremated.
He has been cremated. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna wait till we get to more of the questions, but I actually have so many thoughts about that scene, and it's nearly perfect. Anyway, we'll get to that. Anyway, so let's catch up. Let's do stuff. As you know, we're here every week. With us is our Crack. If you've never watched this before, Chip is our go-to guy for entertainment, because this is the man that studies entertainment as a science. So
yes.
Chip is a scientist of entertainment.
In my own mind.
That's right.
You do have a degree in theater.
Yes,
I do.
In theater. So let's go ahead and throw this on stage. Anne, would you like to take us through? Look at that great picture of us. Oh my God.
We are.
I know.
Oh my God. Yeah. Is there 4 chins? Do I have 4 chins?
1, 2, 3. You only have 3, man. It's fine.
Okay. A 3.
A 1, a 2, a 3. 3 chins. Yay. All right. Ann Brothers, take us through our intro. Let's go.
Let's go. We are Ann and Janice Brothers. We are sisters, and our last name is Brothers. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just the way it is. We're in our 50s, which means we're Generation X, which also means we spent some time in our early years in the dog kennel for children, otherwise known as a playpen.
That's adorable, that picture.
The thing is, like, our parents didn't play with us. It's like you either had friends come over, Jenny and I played with each other, but my parents didn't like, hey, let's have playtime all together. That never happened. In fact, it was so opposite of how we were raised. They actually put us in a box so they didn't have to watch us.
Yeah, it was like they were busy, so you went into the playpen, and there was things for you to play with in the playpen, hence the name,
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, we're not even going to play. We don't even want to have to look at you for an hour. So you're in here.
I have housework to do. Go into the play cage. So,
Exactly. So I noticed they really don't have those anymore. So, parents are a lot more hands-on. We talk about smart stuff, fun stuff, dumb stuff, and any combination of the three. And we are not cool, hip, or sexy. We know this because we always choose fun over cool, hip, and sexy. And usually fun stuff isn't cool, hip, or sexy.
Okay, it's not just that though, but a lot of times like fun stuff involves going to places where you have to use porta potties, and I don't want to do that.
You mean cool stuff, Jenny, not fun stuff?
Okay, not necessarily, but cool stuff there's like a Caribbean festival going on in Kalamazoo tonight, and I'm like, weed and poop, So I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Pop and porta potty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Smells like the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Irman.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah. So no, I'm not cool like that because I just avoid stuff that's cool when there's porta potties involved.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a tool. So all right. Anyway,
we are not a true crime celebrity or influencer podcast. We don't spend enough time on social media promoting our podcast to be one of those types of podcasts. I've been watching a bunch of true crime stuff on Netflix and Hulu and everything, with cults and with influencers that kill somebody or get killed. And they're always on their social media. And I was like, oh God, it's got to be exhausting. I'm like, that's why we're not famous yet, Jenny, because we don't spend enough time on our social media, because then you have to spend all your time on social media. I just can't do it.
Yeah, this is kind of like as much as I can commit to as far as social media is just doing this because it's fun and I get to see my friends. So
yay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We've been told we're good to listen to when you want to learn things about stuff, and because we are easy to listen to. It's like we're funny. We don't get too deep into anything. We tell you about good stuff you should watch.
Easy.
We are easy. We're like elevator music of podcasts that you can have us on in the background while you make hamburger patties for dinner. So
with a very
awesome.
of podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah, people should have played us while their children are in the playpen.
What a brilliant idea! What? Here's some branding.
Yes, you should put your kids in the playpen and make them listen to us. We will do a great job of raising your kids, just so you know.
Just so you know. Couldn't do any worse. Anyway,
nope.
This podcast is not G, PG, or even PG-13 because fuck-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, fair warning. If you play us while your kids are in their playpen, their first word will be fuck.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
Do it at your fucking peril.
Yeah, it'll probably be fucking shit or shit fuck or something like that. So just, I mean, they're going to be in public education probably anyway, so they might as well get used to it. Okay. Yes, I said that. My bad.
You can join us on our website, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Amazon Music. Like us, follow us, hit the bell, and leave us a review. Give us your feedback with our questions and answers and our polls. And you can ask Alexa to play us, and she will. You don't even have to be nice about it yet.
Yeah, because if you ask things from Alexa, like my parents ask for things from Alexa, I'm always surprised that Alexa's so nice to them because they're not super nice to Alexa. So, it's kind of like when Grandma Susie used to order at restaurants. It's kind of like that.
Oh no! Excuse me, ladies. Is anything right?
It's awesome. That's right. Hey, you can support the Brother Sisters for absolutely free. All you got to do is follow, subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We're there on all of them. It's amazing. Technology. Am I right? Hashtag technology. Do people still hashtag? So I don't think they do.
I have no idea because I never did it. And now I was like, is it gone? And if it is, what did I miss?
My hashtags were always hashtags are a waste of time.
I was like, what do you mean? This is the number sign.
Like, just use your words and say the thing.
Exactly.
Say the thing that goes with the stuff. All right, let's talk about the smart stuff, smart, dumb, and fun stuff that we did this week. Chip, we are starting with you because you are a very special guest. So you get to go first.
My thing was fun. My aunt and uncle stayed with us this past weekend. and we had a great visit. I took them to Kazoo Books, and this is a bookstore. And then we also went to the Portage Farmers Market over here, which they just built a new little shelter for. And I've never
Nice.
been to it. And so, I enjoyed that. They don't have like a ton of tables, so it's perfect. You don't have to walk for hours and hours and hours, but you get your fill of popcorn bread and lip balm. And
Artisan lip balm, yes.
I bought like 3 or 4 lip balms and got some stickers.
Oh, excellent.
I should show you this. I'll have to show you the stickers, but yeah.
Excellent.
So it was fun. We always have a great time when they're here, and
Where did they come in from?
they came in from Chico, California.
Oh, California. Nice.
Isn't that where the
Cool.
Chico's women's store originated?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my. Okay. I know it's a college town.
Fashionable clothing for women over 50.
Like
Actually,
me.
women over 30, because I bought my first coat from my first over 30 coat from Chico's. Thanks.
Oh, nice.
You're
Your first grown-up ladies coat.
Yes, and I'm like, I've arrived as a grown-up lady because I bought something from the Chico's catalog.
My stars.
It was the what was it? The Eddie Bauer of the aughts.
Okay.
The odds.
All right. I got it.
Mhm.
Eddie
That's fa-
Bauer.
Oh yeah. Is Eddie Bauer even still around? Is Chico's even still around?
Eddie Bauer, I think you can buy at Kohl's now.
Okay,
Oh.
nice.
I feel like,
Nice.
I
Used
feel
to
like
be
yeah, all
Eddie Bauer
the
stores.
yeah, all the like you can get polo at Kohl's. Like a lot of the big brand stuff has all filtered down into these smaller stores because then they don't have the overhead of having to have their own store.
It's filtered down to where the unwashed masses can get them. Yes.
Yes.
Where we can fish it out of the bin at
Bargain bin.
casual corner, bargain bin
Yes.
at casual corner or whatever.
Where you no doubt
Oh, nice.
fished it from some bargain bin.
All right, Aunt Brothers, what
From a
did you do
pile
this
of
week? That was
stuff.
stuff. Great
Um,
stuff.
well, mine was smart, dumb, fun, all under a bun.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
was
Queen.
Max's Burgers in Detroit. Jenny heard about this place a couple years ago because it was like it got named in some national magazine as Michigan's best burger place. And I haven't been to all of them, but damn, this was a good fucking burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to go. As we were eating it, we were talking about the next time we were going to go back and eat how we are going to eat it differently. Instead of fries, we're going to get 3 burgers because they're kind of a little bit bigger than than a slider. And we're like, we're going to get 3 burgers instead of 2 and not get fries and get a shake,
Yeah. It's such a simple thing, It's this little tiny place, kind of tucked into just south of the city, down on Fort Street, kind of right as it's right there where they built the new bridge, and it is just this little spot. And it's run by regular folks. Regular folks go eat there. It's really busy, and it's really simple. It's a burger with caramelized onions, and pickles, and you can get it with any of that stuff or none of that stuff, or you can get it with ketchup and mustard or not, and it's delicious. I found myself savoring it. I wanted to eat it so fast because it was so good, and I was so hungry. And I was like, "No, Jenny, just little bites. Just take little bites and enjoy. Savor your sandwich. It's so good." And I was like regretting as soon as we left, not buying like 6 for the road for the drive home.
And of course, you can tell Jenny and I both went there together. And so did my friends Amy and Jill. We are doing a new thing called Ladies Who Lunch. And this
Yes.
was our first Ladies Who Lunch spot. So
I
It
love it.
was. And it was so funny because we kind of stood out a little bit in terms of clientele, for sure. So
Yeah,
that was
because
that was
everybody
fun.
there was like a working class dude because you're surrounded by all this. It's all
Factories and warehouses.
factories, warehouses, because they're right next to the 2 bridges. So it was a really busy area, but it was all factories, warehouses, and ladies who lunch.
Yeah, so
So
it was
fun.
outstanding. And it's like, I went to Chicago last year and I paid $28 for a burger, and I
Yeah.
would put the burger I had yesterday up against any of the $28 burgers that I've had, and I'm embarrassed to say that I've had more than one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so good, and it was really fun because the place is small. Like they have like 6 stools on their front counter, and then they have some seating by the window, like about I want to say 6 or 8 seats by the window, and that's basically it. And so you can get it to go, you can get it, and it's not fancy at all, and it's awesome,
The
and
bathroom was surprisingly clean.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, the whole
Yeah.
restaurant was clean. I mean, there was
Mhm.
I mean, it was tidy, it was clean. It was one of those places where they're like, hey, it's not sexy, but it's a place where you can come get some good food and feel good about eating it. So,
Mhm.
even though I will say this, so, I had my burgers and my onion rings and my fries yesterday, and then we went out last night for Kim Too Good, happy birthday, by the way, for Kim's birthday to Martinis, where I broke the rule last night with old fashions. And then I proceeded to get up this morning and run 6 miles. And let me just say, I did not feel well.
Oh,
I
was-
I
didn't
did
feel well
it.
just listening to you say it.
yeah.
Man, I was like, I got to mile 3 and I was like, I got to turn around and do 3 more miles. Like, oh.
Your stomach was like, fuck this. Jumped out
I
of your
did it. There was no pooping of the pants or anything like that, but I was not on my legs felt like a couple of lead pipes. I'm
oh,
like, I did this to me. This is my fault. Shut up and just keep going.
All right, Jenny, what about you?
Okay, so I've been Mott's obviously. I actually bought a hat, but I left it in the car. Otherwise, I would be wearing it. I bought all I can say about Mott's is that it was hat worthy. I paid way too much money for a Mott's hat because that burger was that good. It was one of those places where I have no problem wearing your logo around on my head and doing this, me paying you to advertise your establishment. So I did that with Mott's yesterday, and I'm doing it right now with Black Rocks Brewing because I'm drinking their beer in their glass. So because their beer is that good. Okay, the other thing is I've been watching. It's World Cup time, which I do love. I do love watching the World Cup, Women's World Cup, Men's World Cup. It does not matter. It's World Cup soccer, but it's also horrifying to watch because I don't. Soccer is a violent sport. There's a lot of violence. There's hard hits. The most injured I've ever been was playing soccer, and but the diving that goes on in World Cup soccer is embarrassing. These men should be embarrassed that somebody like hits them with an index finger and then they go flying and then they roll around in the grass for like 2 minutes. I'm like, come the fuck on.
you big baby.
They is. And so I've got some pictures there of these. And they put on this act like, oh, I'm so hurt. It's so terrible. My leg is broken. And then they just pop up and run right off. So it was actually kind of horrifying last week when one of the Canadian players genuinely got his leg snapped on live television. And you're like,
Ooh.
oh, he's really hurt. Yeah, they actually had to take him off. They had to put the air cast on his leg and stretch him off and take him because like it's like, oh, that guy's actually not faking. He's actually genuinely like, and you could tell because everybody was crowding around him and they were automatically calling for stretchers and people were panicking and crying. You're like, okay, that's bad. So
Good
yeah, I
job.
wish they would stop doing that because it's such a great game to watch. And soccer's so difficult and hard, and it really is the beautiful game. It's when it's played well, it is this beautiful thing. And then somebody dives like a little princess, and then you're like, oh, come on. Or as the English say, come the fuck on.
Oh, the English. They're
Oh,
they're magic with their language.
they
Totally.
really are. They can weave a tapestry of profanity, unlike most. So yeah,
Excellent.
that was half the fun of watching Ted Lasso, in my opinion.
Oh
So
yeah.
uh okay, so that was awesome. All right, so now let's talk about Widow's Bay comedy, tragedy,
Oh,
horror. Good pictures.
you got the
Yeah.
Okay,
clown.
the
Shit.
clown.
The
Whoa.
clown.
Whew, I don't want to ruin that for anybody, but oh my god. Okay, so Anne, why don't you take us through the synopsis?
All right, so this is Widow's Bay. This is a very very short synopsis because this show is kind of hard to describe, but we have a haggard yet optimistic mayor of an isolated New England island, and he's trying to turn it into a tourist destination, maybe to rival Martha's Vineyard. Instead, an ancient curse on the island is reawakened that requires a periodic human sacrifice, or 10. Also, if you're born on the island, you can never leave.
Whoa.
Well, you can, but you're
Awkward.
not going to survive.
Exactly,
It's not
but
gonna be
you'll
good for
die.
you. Yes. All right. Cast of characters.
Cast of characters. That's the first thing that got me to watch this show was the cast.
Yeah.
Because though, like Matthew, what is it,
Reese.
Reese. You know,
Yep.
he's pretty famous. Everybody else, you've seen them before. They've been in great shows before, but you may not know their names, but they're all super solid. So we have Matthew Reese as Tom Loftus. He's the mayor. We have Kate O'Flynn as Patricia, and damn, she is super funny. Stephen Root as Wick. He's been in so much stuff. Kevin Carroll as Belcher the sheriff. Dale Dickey as Rosemary. I've been watching her since the 90s in shows. She is just so funny. Jeff Hiller, who just won Best Supporting Actor for Somebody Somewhere, an HBO show. So he's in this. Kay Callan is Ruth, and she's in her, 70s or 80s?
She was on the Lois and Clark. She played Superman's mom.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably been working as an actor for like 50 years.
50 years, easily.
Nancy Lehan is Jerry, the town historian. She's been in everything.
Everything.
And then the kid that plays the teenager, Kingston Rumi Southwick as Evan. He's Tom's teenage son. We were just talking about him before the show started, and he's got this understated humor and just, you can understand.
You want to hate him. You want to hate him, and you don't. You feel for him because he's like, he's a teenager who is stuck on this fucking island, who has never left the island.
He's got a lot of angst about him, which makes you want to hate him, but it's so earned. His angst is earned. His
delivery is so different from what any other actor who's playing a teenager has delivered. Like, it's something you've not seen before.
Yeah.
And I found it refreshing and funny and also moving.
Yeah. I did too. Yes. Especially that I think we're all thinking of the scene where he finds his mother's letters.
Yes.
So. Where he reads the letters and you're
fuck. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, Jenny, do you want to continue?
Yeah, so some general information. You can find this on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV and you do like the great switcheroo, which is what we kind of all do, we shuffle our streaming services, I highly recommend. Right now, I feel like Apple TV is putting out, they've got some great stuff.
They really are.
They really are. They're putting out some of the better content of all the streaming services right now. I'm looking at you, HBO. Really? Come on, man. And so it's created by Katie Dippold, who is somebody that you probably don't know who she is, but she's been a screenwriter for quite a while. She's very well respected. She's a screenwriter, director, actor. She's been apparently this show's been rolling around in her head for about 10 years. She started her career writing and performing at Upright Citizens Brigade, which also gave us Jeff Hiller. So I'm assuming they know each other because Jeff Hiller was at Upright Citizens Brigade for a really long time. She wrote the screenplay for the movie Heat. She was a writer on Parks and Rec, and it kind of feels like there's a little bit of a Parks and Rec vibe to this show, which I think is kind of funny. Just the whole thing that it takes place in this municipal building. We have municipal workers, that sort of and fun fact, she almost joined the FBI. So
she's smart too.
She said that this script for Widow's Bay actually is what helped her get the job on Parks and Rec.
Okay.
That's how long it's been rolling around.
Yeah. Damn. So good on her for sure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of talk about our show based on our questions. So we're going to do this round robin style. We're each asking each other questions. Is there anybody that would like to go first with their questions?
I will. Go ahead.
Chip, hit it. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm asking you, correct?
Yeah, so hang on, I gotta keep track of this. So so we got Chip to Jenny. We've got then we'll do Ann to Chip, and then we'll do Jenny to Ann. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so Chip, you've got the first question. Chip's question's for Jenny. Here is your first question.
Okay,
go for it.
Who were your favorite characters? I mean, they're also great, but who were your favorites?
Yes, well, I think we're probably all going to talk about Patricia as being probably our favorite character, and not just because she is so. I was not familiar with Kate O'Flynn at all before this show, and she's mostly worked overseas. She's mostly worked in England,
British
and
actor.
So to see her episode 4 is the episode where she really shines. We get to know her as a character. She is again from the island. She was born. She's been here her whole life, and she's had, we think, something terrible happened to her, and we're not sure until episode 8, and then we're like, oh yeah, this totally happened. But I'm not going to say much because I want you guys to be able to talk about Patricia as well. All I know is that Patricia just kept surprising me again and again, and the scene, the episode where they dig up, that episode where we get to know the founder.
Yes.
Yeah, she's so good in that. Her comic timing is so incredible. Yeah, she's my favorite character. As far as the secondary characters, how can you not love Rosemary? How can you not? And I found myself wanting to know more about Jerry the historian, because I feel like she's one of those characters. Ruth is one character. Of course, all the old timers in the island know things that they're not talking about. So yeah, I would say Patricia's number one. And honestly, I really love Mayor Loftus. I do. He's trying so hard and denying so much. So yeah, so I'm going to say, Patricia's character, Rosemary's character, the mayor's character. So there you go. Those are my 3 favorite characters.
Right on.
Yep. All right. So that was Chip's first question. I'm going to put a little mark next to that. And we have your first question for Chip. Here it is. There you go.
Chip, what made you start watching this show?
Honestly, it was Jenny.
Let's go.
It was in my queue, but there's 2 shows out now, The Burrows on Netflix and Widow's Bay on Apple Plus, which are both sort of comedic horror shows. And I went with The Burrows because it's produced by the Duffer Brothers, who did Stranger Things. And it's like, the people on this show are like my age, generally, maybe a little like 10 years older. So it was nice to see older people instead of constantly fucking young people doing everything. So it was like nice. So I had that show going on, The Burrows, and I thought I'm going to hold off on Widow's Bay. And Jenny and I had dinner, and she started talking about it, and she mentioned one part, which I'm not going to say because I have a question later. But it made me laugh, and I thought, okay, well, good. Now I'll add this in. And I watched that first episode, and as I said, there's a gag with the calendar in that first episode. That's just so. I mean, that's one thing about the show. Most of the comedy is awkward, and it's hilarious as a result, and just things you wouldn't expect. Like, there's not much about this show. Well, it's hard to say that. There's one aspect of the show that you're like, oh, I've seen all of this before, and there's another aspect of the show where you're like, that's so fresh. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, Jenny was the one who actually got me into it. I had you, but it probably wasn't going to be watched for a little while. So
yeah. All right. I'm glad I had such a positive influence on you.
You're an influencer, Jenny Brothers.
Oh my gosh, I am an influencer. Oh my gosh, I have to go on TikTok right now and have a dance.
Exactly.
Have a dance, and you got to do your makeup
and a fragrance.
Wait, that means I have to buy makeup. I'll be back. Oh shit. Yeah. All I know is, you guys remember when I used to do Baby Jenny?
God,
remember that? Yeah, that's what it would look like, me doing makeup on TikTok. You're like,
you have lipstick all over your teeth.
All your teeth. Do I have anything on my teeth?
You'd be like, does the lipstick go on my eyelids?
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. So all right. So this is my first question for you, Anne. All right, here we go. Which supernatural creature or creepy moment in the series got under your skin the most, and why do you think it worked so well?
Well, I think this is an example of Chip's. I've seen this before, and yet it's so fresh. And that was the first time I really got freaked out, because the first episode, there's these little creepy things that happen, but nothing really scary. It's just like, it's kind of putting you on edge. But the second episode, there is a clown. And of course, we're always like, oh yeah, clowns are scary. But the way they set it up with the clown, in the beginning, was so different. And you're thinking, is this guy scary? Is this guy going to end up? Anyway, it freaked me. And then he's trapped. So he's kind of like trapped with his back against the wall. And this scary ass clown is crawling towards him. And he can't get out. And the way
they strobe light it. So it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's one of those, every now and then I get so scared I go cold. It was one. It's like as he's coming at him, I'm like, I just went cold. This is fucking scary.
This is fucking scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And
like, make it stop. Make it stop.
And it wasn't just like he just had the clown face and the hat, but he was in his work outfit.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
was.
When they cast the dude from the Righteous Gemstones, who plays the real milk toasty, the sister's husband.
Okay, all
okay.
right.
So
all
that
right.
helps. That helps a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, it was awesome.
that was it was like the first one, and they have a lot of scary. There's a lot of terrifying moments in this series, but that one was like, oh yeah, this is definitely, and it was just the taste. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what the fuck is going on this little island. So
Yeah,
I just thought again, we've seen lots of scary clowns in the last 10 years, but it was their take on it was very fresh.
Yeah.
Very fresh and very restrained, I would say.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they held that little drop to the very last second to great effect.
Exactly.
Great effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved
and
it.
no, like the clown wasn't like screaming or laughing maniacally or anything.
Or
You didn't
drooling
need it.
blood, Yeah, he was just
crawling
dressed up like a clown.
Yeah.
real fast. Yes. All right. Chip, your next question for me. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, here it is.
Oh, I love this question. I wrote it, so I'm a narcissist. How did you feel about the blending of genres and tones between the horror, comedy, and drama?
I loved it, and I feel like, because here's the thing, in life, we are surrounded by funny people and funny moments and things that are just funny, maybe to us, but maybe not to others. And what I loved about this is that the comedy in this series never hits you over the head. It's funny in the sense that people like this. Like he's on this little island and there's all kinds of people on this little island who are both competent and incompetent in what they do. When he's in the bar and everybody's giving him hell about calling Wick a hick and telling me he's a big chicken shit for not going, and then they just kind of go round robin about all the things about what he should be doing, and you're like, every time they say something like, that's another one. Okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. And so there's so many little things when he's looking at the board games, and I'm not going to talk about that because I know you have a question about the board game, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But if you're paying attention and you it's like when she's talking about early in the series when she's talking about to the reporter, like in the museum, well, we had witches on the island and we caught the witches and we burned the witches, and she's so proud of that moment, and so there's just very proud. So there's a lot of that. So I love the fact that they give you a lot of times when I get annoyed by drama because it takes itself so seriously. We're dealing with some serious shit on this island, and the fact that they keep it light with these moments of comedy and some really complex, funny stuff that is it's genius. This is one of those shows that I haven't said it in a long time. The show is it's such a high level and what it brings to the table. I love it so much.
Well, and there's no character that's like an expert at anything. I love that. There's nobody who comes to save anybody. They all just have to fucking figure it out in the moment. And I think of that phrase when people say, "You're so funny," and then people go, "Do you mean funny haha or funny strange?" And I think the comedy here is funny strange.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because you're like, it catches you off guard, and you're like, "Oh wait, did I see that? Do I have to go back and relook at that?"
Or does it mean something? Or does it matter that it doesn't mean something?
Exactly, because that was funny, and I'm not sure why yet.
And we're moving right along.
It's like the in the party book where there's this picture of this fun party, and then you like, wait, is that a pile of cocaine?
Yes.
It's this drawing of a party, and like it's this old school drawing of a party where everybody's like the 50s and everybody's having a great time, and then like kind of in the corner there's this pile of cocaine and a razor blade, and like Joe was like, hey, was that cocaine? So you like literally have to go back and rewinding. I'm like, that's totally cocaine.
Yeah, and it looks all cutesy and like retro astro.
Exactly. It's like the perfect Betty Crocker party.
Oh, this pile of cocaine.
Now serve the punch.
Yeah, serve the punch.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, so Anne, your question for Chip. Here we go.
Yes.
Go for it.
Chip, what would you say to convince someone that they should take the time to watch this show?
Oh my gosh. I think the fact that it is something different, but not the kind of different that will turn somebody off. Like
Yeah.
when I say that to people, like it's different or it's kind of complex, those are words that tend to make people go buzz. Except for people like us who are cultured and want new stuff in our lives,
Exactly.
Yeah.
because we're cool and we're hip like that, even though we're not cool and sexy and
We're cool and
whatever.
hip, but not cool, hip, and sexy.
There you go.
As
I'm
long as we can
crazy,
stay at
sexy,
home and
cool
yeah.
because I'm from TLC in the '80s, and
Nice.
um, yeah, I think I would say yes. This is definitely something different. It's funny, it's moving, and you're going to recognize a lot of it because they rip off everything from Lost to Halloween to anything by Stephen King to The Fog to I mean I could go on and on.
Mist.
Jaws. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
Yep.
it's ripped. Everything is ripped off, but not in a way that you go, oh fuck that man. Like you watch, and you go, okay, that's good. I like how they wove that in. You know,
Because they find ways to just put a little spin on it that is like, it's
yes.
awesome.
Well, and also
Yeah.
it's not like everything is feels like a chapter in a way. You know, like the boogeyman part is just like a chapter. You know, the party is just a chapter. So there's all these weird fucking things on the island. They don't necessarily connect to each other, at least that we know of, in any meaningful way. They're just weird fucking things and supernatural things.
Well, the reporter says it really well when he sits down with Mayor Loftus at dinner and he's like, okay, this is what people tell me. People tell me bad things happen here.
Yeah.
And that pretty much sums it up. And we get a chapter after chapter of all of these bad things. And like,
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere down the road, we're going to find out what binds all these bad things together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
What's in the basement?
I don't know. What's in the hospital?
I know, right?
I don't know. What's in the insane asylum? So, you know.
So yeah,
all right.
I would definitely say, you know, give it a shot and move past the words complex and different.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Anne, are you ready for your second question?
I am.
Okay. Widow's Bay mixes comedy and horror better than most shows. We got that. Which scene made you laugh the hardest, and which scene genuinely creeped you out?
Okay, you know, and this is funny because it's the same thing. It's the same scene. The scene where Patricia is being chased by the boogeyman, and she's got she pulls out the gas pump, and she's squirting it, and no gas is coming out, and he's coming, he's going to murder her, he's going to stab her to death, and she's trying to get the gas out, and she runs into the convenience store, $20 on both three, and she runs back out and turns on the pump, and this gas starts spitting out, and the sales guy in the convenience store and the sheriff are like, what? And the guy at the convenience store is like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. I was laughing so hard and so freaked out for Patricia because, you know, she's got like one shock left, you know, one little bit to start this fire so she can set the boogeyman on fire and try to save her own life. And I was laughing so hard and so afraid for her at the same time because you're like, classic 80s slasher movie.
Totally.
Which, you know, was when the boogeyman was around on the island, was, you know, in the 80s, and she's going to get slashed, and she has obviously learned her lessons from the slasher movies, but man, same scene.
Yeah.
Drop dead funny, drop dead scary.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. Yeah. All right, so back to Chip. Your question to me, your third question to me, Chip's questions for Jenny, question 3. There it is.
Where do you think we're going in season 2? I know. It's one of those unknowable questions. But just from some of the threads that they've laid, do you have any?
Well, we obviously know that the season finale unwrapped an entire layer of shit that I was not. Dale goes in. So here we are. We're having this massive storm. Everybody's in the storm shelter at City Hall. The character Dale, played by Jeff Hiller, is told to find distractions for the 167 people who are in the shelter. And so he goes into this supply closet, and there's like an old school projector with a bunch of films laying around, just like, you know, we all saw back in the 80s. And so he, you know, gets the thing working. He puts up a reel, and he we find out that this is an instruction reel for how to deal with the people that will be sacrificed, and you're like, the fuck
What?
is this? What?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's what that chair is for. Because, and so it's like, what is this? What? And, you learn all of this stuff in these last 10 minutes of this episode that you're like, so I don't know where this is going to go. There are so many unanswered questions. Number A, that. Number B, what's in the basement of Tom's house? Number C, what did his mom, what did Tom's wife / Evan's mom know? Because those letters mean something. Those letters mean something when it comes to what's happening on the island. And to me, you have to start addressing what's causing this evil, because everybody knows now. The cat is out of the bag. Everybody knows that something is really bad. We spend a lot of this first season trying to be convinced that with Tom, that there's something genuinely evil, and he starts to know it by episode 3, the Sea Hag episode, and we start to know it. So now that everybody knows, what are we going to do about it? So my only fear right now is that this somehow becomes fucking lost, and I will be so sad if it becomes lost. So the writers have a lot to do in terms of continuing to make this an interesting show, continuing to bring humor to it, and give us something really awesome and special. So
I do have to admit, I have a lot of faith in the creator of the show. I have a lot of faith in her to wrap this up, to make this a really really great story from beginning to end. So I do have a lot of faith in her.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, we are on question 3, and to Chip. Here it is.
What about the show hooked you and kept you coming back?
I think it was a number of things. First of all, it was the awkward humor. Like, I just kept waiting, like, what will the next one be? And they don't really announce themselves. It just happens, and then suddenly you're like, what? Fuck? And you maybe pause to watch it again, or you just let it go. I'll come back to it another time. That was one big part, was that weird, awkward comedy. The other was that the horror, like when I got like the Sea Hag, like freaked me out. But they built that suspense so well that I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to vomit. But I was like, what's going to happen? And then, because at the same time she shows up, there's the girl that he wanted to date. She shows up and he turns her away. And you're like, and then, like you said, with the boogeyman, you're like, that thing moves so slowly, just like Michael Myers, that there is plenty of time for Patricia to go into the gas station, put $20 on the thing, and come back, but that there's still enough of a buildup that you're like, oh my fucking God, you want to know, like when he swims out to the buoy, and then he sees just the head of the hag, and I'm assuming that's who it was. And she goes back under the water. Just the look on his face was the look on my face. So I wanted to keep following. And then they just sporadically introduce some little new bit of information that you're like, oh, what's that? What's that? That's, like you said at the end, that the discovery of the letters. Earlier on, it's the discovery of the films. Earlier on, it's the discovery of the creator, the former mayor, and we're talking centuries old mayor of the island. There's always a little, just something that makes you go, well, what the hell is that? Now I got to watch it and find what that is.
It was so difficult to only watch an episode or two and then go to bed, because it's like, I just want to keep watching this and watching it and watching it. So when we burned through all the episodes, we had to wait like a whole week for another episode. I'm like, oh, I hate myself. So all right, so this was Anne's questions to Chip. All right, so now I have to ask Anne your third question. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. What are some of the things that you'd like to see solved or addressed in season two?
Well, I want to know about the insane hospital, the mental institution. I definitely want to know about that. That's probably my first thing, because they mentioned it like in the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and then never again. Pretty much, they never mention it again. Rosemary says,
there's tons of stuff like that.
Yeah, you can drive out of an old mental hospital, but you can't stop. And then that's it. There's nothing else. I was like kept waiting for them to go back to it, and they never did. So I really want to know about that because that's scary. And I also want to know about are any of the other monsters going to come back, or what I really want to know is I want to know what the guy in the second to last episode of the last episode, that old guy that he was like the chorus in the Greek chorus, telling you what's going to happen, oh, this happened and blah blah blah.
He's like Large Marge.
We were here for 2 weeks,
Yeah, exactly. We ran out of food, So I'm like, I really want to know what. This is so funny because Jenny and I both grew up in a small town, and if you grew up there, then you're a local. If you came 50 years ago, you're still an outsider. And so I feel like we don't know as much as we could because the people that do know it assume that everybody who needs to know already knows. And anybody who doesn't know, it's because either A, they're too young, even if, because they knew when they were kids, even if they're 40 now, or B, like Tom, they're an outsider and they wouldn't understand. And so I feel like we are being treated like the outsiders, and that we're not getting all of the information because, we're not worthy of knowing.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to know what the people who've been there all of their lives know, and they're going to parse it out because it's valuable. Gossip is valuable, information is valuable, and they've got all the information, and it's valuable, and they don't want to just give it away to any old person. So that's another thing. It's like I really like how they've set that up. Like, there's all these people who know these things. They probably all know each other, and like, why would you talk about it? It's that World War II thing. Like, yeah, we were all there, but we don't talk about it.
Well said.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one because there's a lot of old folks on that island because they never get to leave.
I have to say that old guy that tells the stories, like that was one of my favorite moments when he's talking and she just shuts the door.
Shuts the door.
But he doesn't, like, you can hear he's still talking.
He's still talking. Exactly.
But yeah, he reminded me of Large Marge, like, it was the worst night ever,
I seen though. It was night just like this.
Yeah.
I saw the worst accident that I ever seen. Yep. All right, Chip, this is question number 4 from you to me.
Oh, what was your favorite awkward comedic gag? And you can, if you have multiple, feel free.
I'm going to start with when Tom he's been scratched by the sea hag, and he's in his chair dreaming, and of course the sea hag, he can't move because he's exhausted, because as Wick told him would be. And him, when he manages to get the sea hag off of him by getting his chair to open, and then he flops himself out of the chair. I'm like, God, that was so funny. I loved that.
I forgot about that.
Great physical humor in that moment. I'm like, that was really funny. And I loved that. And it's like, that's when the moment that, he's like, yeah, this is real, dog. So that's one of the moments that I really liked. And I would say when he's in this serious moment, when he's talking to the 200-year-long buried old founder of the island, and it's getting really tense, and the door pops open and Patricia's like, I just got to get my purse. And then off she goes.
I loved that one.
Yeah, I just thought that was really, and again, you're just like, oh my God, that woman, her comic timing is so, and her delivery is just so great,
I'm sorry. Yeah. I loved when he's in the coffin and Tom won't let him out. And he's like, fuck you. And he's like, fuck me, fuck you. And he's like, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. And they're just back and forth. I couldn't stop laughing. That was just...
Yeah, that episode was great. That was just a really great episode. And yeah, surprising. Again, that was one of those surprising because, as they're talking, like at the beginning of that episode when they're talking, at no point in your brain do you think the founder is still alive upstairs in his bedroom. You're just assuming that his body's in the casket, like that they dug up his coffin, and you're just assuming he's in there. And then we all get that at the same time. Tom, we all get it. that information all at once. We're like, wait, what now? He's where?
Well, I think the part of what made me laugh so hard too was this guy wouldn't have known the word fuck.
No, that's what's so funny about
So
it.
that's what made me laugh so hard.
Yeah. So it was brilliant.
Yeah. Amazing. So, all right. So that's question 4 for me. So now we go to question 4 from Anne to Chip. Anne's question for Chip. Question 4. Here it is.
Do you think Jeff Hiller will play a bigger role in season 2? Why or why not?
Oh my God. Well, I hope that he does. Let's say that first, because we love some Jeff Hiller. We need more Jeff Hiller. And I was saying earlier, I like how he played this. He could easily have been the token gay, and he just didn't. He just wasn't. I mean, the character may be gay, we don't know, but he wasn't like, oh girl, there's danger on the island and shit. We got to run. But he's so stoic that I want to say he knows more than he lets on, except when he discovers the film, he's surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe he doesn't know more, or maybe he knows more of this thread than anybody else does, because there are so many fucking threads. So yeah, I think he will. I mean, they've given us this nice handful of characters, and if we're going to have another 10 episodes, these people are going to have bigger stories moving forward.
Yeah. We have to know what's going on with all of them. Yeah.
Well, and I think I have to wonder if his part will be exploring more about what he saw on the film strip.
Yeah.
And where that takes him.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that he and Rosemary are paired together often, and he often plays her straight man, which is a hard thing to do.
Yes.
But he does a really brilliant job. At one point, there's this tiny scene where he's got his shirt lifted up and she's looking at his back, and he says to her, "Do you think that's cancer?" And she's like, "Oh, definitely." And then it's done. You're just like,
and it's in passing. It's like we're like watching two other characters walk by as they're having this interaction, and like if you're not paying attention to it, you're gonna miss that. You're like, what? She just knows from looking at it.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that was another gag that I loved. Chip, was when she's doing the genealogy. Fucking amazing. Dead baby, lesbian.
Yes.
Can't say that anymore. Can't say that.
Oh my God. That was good.
Oh, that was so good. So good. My favorite gag was when he was at the little the inn, and he's looking at the board games, and there's one called Teeth.
Yes.
And it's got a big tooth on the front. It says teeth, and you open it up, and there's a pair of pliers.
Yep.
That's it.
That was my favorite. I was like, oh, this is fucked up. Yeah. Daddy's home.
Yes. You actually, Chip, that was your last question for me. The bonus question was, which one was my favorite game? And honestly, it doesn't get any play. But if you look at when they scroll down the list of games, it's She Shouldn't Have Said That. That's my favorite one.
I didn't see that.
Totally. Watch it again. It's right underneath Daddy's home. It's like, she shouldn't have said that. And then he's like, what is that? And like, he doesn't pick that one up. And I'm like, okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and it's one of those things where, and that's one of the things I like about this show is, like I said, a lot of the humor is subtle, that they kind of let your imagination run wild. Like, okay, what is that game about? When he has the game Run, I'm like, what's that going to be like? And of course, you have the game Teeth, which is just a set of flyers. You're like, that's awesome. So, yeah, there's a lot of that where it kind of lets you fill in the blanks, which I think is one of the best things you can possibly do.
Yes.
Because a lot of times your own brain is going to go much farther and faster than somebody else telling you what your brain should think.
It's very Hitchcock.
It is.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I love the card game Run. Just because it's, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Run.
Yeah. Run. So great. All right. So we're leaving off. So, all right, this is, Anne, I've got your next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Now, this one, I'm actually going to do 2 questions in one, because we've kind of talked about this. I want to know who your favorite main and secondary characters are first. We'll go, because since we're running towards the hour mark here, I'm going to do 2 questions at once.
Well, my favorite main character, of course, is Patricia because, she's just that girl that, if she had been anywhere else in the world, she could have left her small town and left her past behind her, but she can't. Her past is always with her. Everybody is always judging her for it. They're always making her pay for it. Hence the when she ordered chicken parmesan and coconut cream pie for takeout, and they gave her a turkey burger, no bun, and a breakfast sausage instead. So it's like we all knew this person in high school. Maybe we were that person in high school that was not popular, that got made fun of, that everybody thought you were weird or stupid or weird and stupid. And in a lot of times and places you could go and remake yourself, and she's never gotten that chance. Plus, despite that, she does not wallow in it. She's so quick and learns and is not afraid to ask questions and make people uncomfortable. So I just love that about her. And because of that, she's a great survivor. Who's my favorite secondary character? God, that is so hard. Probably, I love Rosemary so much, but probably Jerry. She's that one that's just like, okay.
Okay, I know things. I'm the historian. I know it all.
Well,
That food has cyanide in it.
At the 11th hour, they've given us more information about her.
Yeah.
So it's like she went from being kind of in the background to like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So I just, I'm like, plus I love a historian, somebody that can tell you stories. They're always great. Should always buy them a drink.
The one thing that I just want to mention is that almost every character in the show says the line, I can't get anything right today.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right.
And
I'm like, I want to know more about that, but I love that. Just like these little scenes end, and somebody just goes, well, God, I can't get anything right today.
Bruce says that a couple of times, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. So that leads to my last question, and I think this is actually the last question for all of us. Is what do you think Ruth knew about the island that she never got to tell Tom? And BTW, by the way, I really loved that time we got with Ruth and Tom together. I think there were so many really interesting things that happened in that, and some of the ways that Ruth answered Tom's questions, I'm like, ooh, she knows a bunch that she is not telling. And yeah.
And she was under the influence of narcotics. So yeah.
So what do you think, Ann? We'll start with Chip and then go with Ann.
I honestly, I don't know. I think, like you said, Ruth knows a lot more than she knows a lot more than we think she knows. But I think also, and I'm going to say because of age, she may not remember everything that she knows. And we're going to have to wait and see for season 2 if she actually survives.
Yeah, because we don't really know. We see him get rid of the locket, but we don't know why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says something like she's at the hospital and she's resting or something like that. So you're like, what?
Like, for sure, it's a terrible shot. Holy moly.
Yeah. Right?
Well, I think she knows. I think she knows she's forgotten more than anybody else knows.
There you go.
It's like not only has she been there for a lot of it, but all of the family lore. Just looking when we're in her house and just looking at the things on her walls and like the sampler that she did with that big long quote. Her everything in her life is an artifact, and you could literally spend a lifetime with a feather, like dusting off one thing, trying to figure and get 1,000 more clues and never, piece it all together. She's literally, not only is she a living artifact, but her entire home is an artifact. Everything in it is an artifact from about this island. Like everything you need to know is probably in Ruth or in Ruth's house, but you have no idea how to interpret it.
Oh, I like that.
One of the things I think is interesting is that she has completely accepted the island. You know, when she answers the trolley problem, she's like, oh, it's just life. And so it's like, she's not just talking that it's just life. It's just life on the island. That's just the way it is. And so she has completely accepted this and is fine with it because there's nothing she can do about it.
Right. They've all had to because they can't leave.
Correct. And so you see that it would seem silly to her to kill other people when people are just going to die anyway. Your boyfriend is going to get bitten by an animal and then become that animal.
Right.
Bitten by a creature and then become that creature.
Right.
And your daddy's going to get taken by the lake. Oh, daddy was taken in the lake. You know, you're like, what?
See, there's two more monsters right there we know nothing about.
Exactly.
And again, it's just that, like, so many little niblets like that. You're like, wait, what do you get bit by?
Yeah.
And then your little imagination was like, starts imagining the things you get bit by. I'm like, what took daddy in the lake? And then you start thinking, oh, I think it was this thing in the lake. Yeah.
What lake?
Awesome.
We haven't seen a lake.
Nope. Yeah, just layer, peeling. Yeah, it's one of the best shows ever. Yeah, it really is. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to more of it, and I hate that we have to wait. You know, we'll have to wait a year.
Me too.
Likely,
and it's Apple, so possibly even more than a year.
That's right. They take such a long time. So so stupid. So all right, you guys, we are over an hour. We have spilled over into hour 2 of our show today. So I'm going to do some housekeeping, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Supersize it. All right. Hang on. First thing I have to do is I have to remove this comment from the this banner from the thing. I'm going to hide my current banner. Oh, that's a very intuitive thing that they just added to that. That's nice. Okay. All right. So you have done it, everybody. You have spent the last hour learning things about stuff with the brothers, sisters, and crack entertainment expert, Chip Moehle. This week you learned why you should be watching the show Widow's Bay. You're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Because if you don't have Apple, steal Apple some way from one of your friends, or just swap out the lame ass HBO right now and their stupid House of the Dragon, whatever crap, and just go ahead and jump right into some Apple TV.
Well, I'll tell you, if you get Apple, you do the Severance, you do the Widows, you do the thing with Jason Sudeikis.
And you do Margot's Got Money Troubles.
Oh, okay. I got to start.
People do
shrinking.
So
shrinking.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll get your right now. I'm telling you, Apple is bringing it more than anybody is bringing it right now, because all Netflix really shows anymore is teenagers murdering each other and cult stuff, which is entertaining. Don't get me wrong.
But
so but it's
I wouldn't recommend it, but it is entertaining.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're doing a bunch of really interesting original programming right now. If we are wrong, please let us know, because we're all up into your business. You know things too. Let us know. So that's what you learned this week. Make sure you remember you can support us for absolutely free. All you got to do is like, subscribe, hit that button, smash that bell, do the thing with the stuff where you interact with us. Give us a second of your time and do this. Make the algorithm love us, blah, blah, blah. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We want to hear from you.
Love us.
Love us. Let's give a super special shout out to Chip Moehle, who always brings it when we have him on as our crack entertainment expert, our sister from another mister.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of your fun.
It's awesome.
And you're smart and you're dumb.
Yeah, because we got all that going. Hey, let's do this. That's what I'm talking about. It's the goodbye music. Join us next week some way, somehow. We don't really know what that's going to look like just yet, because Ann Brothers and Janice Brothers are hitting the road. That's right. It's the 2026 road trip with the Brothers Sisters. We're going out to the Colorado. We're going to try not to burn to death, because it's going to be stupid hot while we're driving out, and Utah is on fire and blowing all of its smoke to Colorado. So there you go. In the meantime, I am Janice Brothers, and with me is my sister,
Ann Brothers,
and our crack entertainment expert,
Chip Moehle.
That's right.
Love
I want
me.
you to get out there, do something smart, do something dumb, do something fun. We are out of here.
Bye.
Bye.